Katerina Kostova, or Kat, and I'm the chair of this conference. It is truly a privilege to be the first to welcome all of you to Newspace 2016. A couple points of logistics to begin. All of our conference programming will be held in this ballroom. In the lobby of this floor, you can find our registration table, some incredible space displays, including a space helmet that will be raffled off, and a preview of the items we'll be auctioning off at the gala this Thursday evening. Upstairs, we have our sponsor lounge, private meeting spaces, and lunchroom. If you need help, feel free to ask any of the Newspace staff, and they'll make sure to point you in the right direction. Before I introduce our opening speaker, I would like the opportunity to say just a few words about the event this week. Newspace is known as the disruptive conference that brings together the three pillars of the space industry: startups, established companies, and government agencies together with private investors and tech innovators. Collectively, these players bring their unique expertise to address challenges facing the industry and discuss creative ways in which we can collaborate to open the space frontier to accessible and sustainable human presence. What we consider one of the most exciting developments in the past year is that more than ever before, we've seen a blurring of the lines between new space and pioneering space companies. All of these organizations are now finding new ways of complementing each other and working together towards the common goals of advancing space technologies and extending the economic sphere of the Earth, strengthening the necessary infrastructure for increased space exploration. We are so excited to see what this evolution will bring. We are also hosting Newspace in Seattle for the very first time in recognition of the space cluster that has developed from Washington's legacy foundations as an aviation and technology hub. This area is buzzing with energy, innovation, and incredible potential in the arena of space exploration. It's been a wonderful experience getting to work with many of the industry's top companies that call Washington their home, and we're thrilled that so many are here today. This conference is by far the largest and most impressive Newspace to date. I can't wait to hear the unique discussions to be had here. I'd like to thank the Newspace host committee, all of our amazing sponsors, our distinguished speakers, and the volunteer staff for making this event possible. Finally, on behalf of the Newspace team, a huge thank you to all of the attendees here today. I hope you enjoy the event as much as we've enjoyed putting it together for you. And now, I'd like to call to the stage our fearless leader, Chairman of the Board of the Space Frontier Foundation, Jeff Feige.
Sorry, it's always hard to adjust for the tall guy. Morning. In 1988, three of our nation's biggest space advocates asked each other a question. How can we create a permanent human presence in space? How do we make sure that this happens? Now, at the time, most of the activity in the space sector was the direct result of federal dollars, either DoD money or NASA money. And what commercial business was out there was basically focused on communication satellites. And these men realized that there was a gap, that there was a missing piece of the puzzle, that there was no group specifically out there focused, making sure that humanity has a permanent presence in space. Now, the moment I am describing, of course, is the founding of the Space Frontier Foundation. Now, we've come a very long way since then. And each of you sitting here today are part of an event that has moved this vision forward for the last decade. Now, as Kat mentioned, my name is Jeff Feige. I am the chairman of the board of the Space Frontier Foundation, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to Seattle and Newspace 2016. This conference is the culmination of a very hard year of work on the part of this organization, the host committee and all the sponsors here in Seattle, and many others. And looking out at the room today, and having talked to some of you already this morning, I know this event is going to be a great success. Now, as I mentioned before, the Space Frontier Foundation exists to get humanity into space. That's our goal. It's a goal shared by many others and an increasingly large number of people and organizations all around the world. For us, the key word is settlement. That means people living and working in space. And we are the doers of new space. That's who we are. Foundationers are the people who are working together to make that vision a reality. Now, following our founding, it rapidly became clear that a key ingredient to that vision was missing. A thriving commercial space industry. Not just private companies working for the government, but a true private space sector, going to space for its own purposes. And today, through the work of so many people in this room and so many successful companies and projects, many of them based here in Seattle, we see that goal being realized. Now, not too many years ago, I could come to this conference and know most of the space entrepreneurs in the room. And today, looking around this audience, there are literally hundreds of you that I do not know. And that, to me, is the definition of success. A real commercial space sector that's growing by leaps and bounds. Now, earlier this year, we at the Space Frontier Foundation announced a renewed commitment to entrepreneurship in the space industry that will drive many of our organization's activities and projects in the future. Our vision and commitment to opening the space frontier remains the same. But settlement will continue to be our focus, and we will focus on enabling that by pushing and advancing private space enterprise. Now, in the past, we credit ourselves with being the organization that spoke truth to power, that advocated for changes in the world that needed to be made. Today, we're continuing that legacy by actively enabling new companies with our internal projects like the new Virtual Space Accelerator, Newspace Venture Labs, and a whole range of other activities. So, before launching you into some truly exceptional programming, I want to leave you all with one final thought. The space frontier isn't going to open itself. Humanity only gets to space because the people in this room are working hard and working together to make our vision a reality. This is a big job. It's bigger than one company, and it's bigger than one person. It's your job. It's your job to make sure that humanity gets to space and gets to space to stay. So get out there and be one of the doers of new space. Get out there and be a foundation. Thank you very much.